comics and a few extras get together on a Monday night, 8 o'clock, as we always do. It's the off night. We'll be talking about things that we want to talk about. And we have a regular group that hangs out with us, but if you'd like to join us, let me get to that stuff. There we go. Okay. Let me see. Let me bring those up here. Here's first of all, we'd like you to, I should probably mention this at the end of the show too, if we have anybody still hanging on. This is our page. We started off on Facebook. I found out from watching YouTubers and Facebookers that YouTubers is the easier way to get a revenue stream from your views. And so we use YouTube now, and that's the address right there. If you're watching this, you already got it. Just click the like button on the video and go to, and then there's a subscribe button too, and go ahead and link that. I think somebody told me about a bell that it'll give you notices when we're submitting content. But there's the whole address right there. Our YouTube page is youtube.com/@theoffnight. All right, that's one. The next one is if you'd like to watch the show on YouTube, and at the side there's a panel. Actually, it'd be that side. And would it? Anyway, whatever side it's on, there's a panel where you can add your comments, and then they get sent to our dashboard. I get a notification that they're there. They don't pop right up on the screen. I look at them and make sure they're kind of cool and not offensive, and then we'll add them. That is the YouTube page. Now, if you have a camera and a microphone and a web browser, which is probably how you're watching this right now, you join us here at the StreamYard page. And again, you'll go into the what they call the dashboard. I'll be able to see you there. And I may excuse myself from the rest of the guys and talk to you. And if I don't know who you are, if I know who you are, I'll probably ask you just hang on and we'll smoothly introduce you into the show. And that's the address right there, streamyard.com/HHIUUSTG4Y. And it changes every week. We have a different episode every week. Okay. Now, he wasn't here when we started the show, but I'm going to bring him in now. Here's my co-host and sidekick, Andy Jensen. Good to see you, Andy.
Yeah, sorry. I was frozen outside in the temperatures, and then I just finally got thawed out. So I'm sorry about it. I was so late. You know, it happens.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, people get frozen. I get it. My key fob for my car, I have no way of knowing this for sure, but twice now it has not started and it has not locked and unlocked my car. Now, of course, I can pull a regular key out and unlock the car. I still need the key fob to start the car, and if I want to use the electronic, it's kind of nice to walk away from the car and lock it and not, have to fumble, especially in the cold, fumble on the keys. But I found out every time I've left the key in the car to warm the car up, the key stops working.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, the car still started. That's why it's warming up. But when I go to turn the car off, it'll say key not recognized, and I can't lock it with the key, and I can't restart the car until I get it warmed up. So now I'm keeping my key. Well, I'm not going to say where I'm keeping it, because if anybody's watching this wants to rip off my car, they know exactly where to get my key. Yeah. Let's just not talk about where. Let's just not talk about where I keep my key.
Well, I think my car is being attacked by a squirrel. And the reason is I open the hood, and I'm finding like packages of Doritos up in there being gnawed on, and then I find like little packages of like Chinese things have been like thrown away up under the hood. He's basically trying to heat himself for my engine.
Chinese restaurant items
on my wires. What's that?
Chinese restaurant items? Is that what he's bringing up there?
Yeah, he like little Chinese. Somebody threw out a fortune cookie, and I guess he wanted to see what his fortune was or something.
Or it'd be easy for a squirrel to bring up those crackers that they put in the soup crackers that they have at Chinese restaurants. They're so light, they're very light and airy, very easy to drag up there probably.
Exactly. For some reason, he likes the heat. The room in my under my hood of my engine seems to be the place he wants to be. And I think there was actually, I guess, like there was some sort of like thing that happened around the age of what my car is, that they had biodegradable wire coverings.
What year is your car?
It's a 2012. And I think sometime before that period, there was a series of like incidents where the wires were being chewed on by different rodents. But the reason is because they were biodegradable. They were made out of some sort of, edible type of wire covering. So it wasn't actually like rubber; it was something else. And they were chewing on the thing. So I may have that type of wiring in this car. I don't know. I have to go ahead and check. But apparently, either way, they're having they're having Thanksgiving underneath my hood. That's what I'm saying.
I can just see him in little Thanksgiving outfits, squirrels with little black hats with wide brims and a buckle on the front.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, it's. I'm hoping it's squirrels. I would hate to think it was like, rats. I don't want rats. It's squirrels. It's squirrels. I'm saying I sleep better if it's squirrels. Okay.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Good. Well, we got Susan standing by, and I know she likes to get her poem out of the way and off to her attendant affairs. So let's bring her out here, and then I'll tell you about the rest of our guys here as soon as we get Susan on the screen. There she is. Oh, there
Hello.
she is.
Andy, I have bad news for you. I think you have a rat's nest.
Rat's nest?
A rat's nest, yes.
In his car? Wouldn't the driving of the car? Wouldn't the driving of the car?
My beard, are you?
They like the warmth of your engine and drag their little nest and all their clutter up under the car hood.
I'm looking for anything under. I'm using my my flashlight to look and see if there's anything underneath there. But I guess some campers have issues with like beavers, and sometimes raccoons will come underneath like campers and start chewing on the tires, or start chewing on the actual brake lines.
Yes.
We had raccoons when I was a kid get into the end, but that's back when, this is like before 1980, when there's all kinds of room inside of the front.
Yes.
When the engine wasn't made up of a gazillion computers, and all these different things that fill up the front end of your car. Not only squirrels and rats can fit in there. It used to be muskrats and raccoons could get up there. So.
Well, I guess they put chicken wire on it now, though. What? Go ahead.
Muskrats are going to stick to the water. I doubt they're going to climb up under your hood. It just doesn't sound like squirrel behavior, but it does sound very much like a rat. A rat would do that. So.
Well, I'll put a trap up there and see what happens.
All right, you got a poem for us? You got a poem for us, Susan?
I do. I have a poem for you.
All right.
Martin Luther King Jr. was celebrated today. Only slightly distracts and takes election sting away. Trump had an indoor inauguration due to the cold. After the ceremony, a ballpoint pen he's expected to hold. New Prez said he'd sign slew of executive orders. Now in the White House, his change of quarters. Filmmaker David Lynch has died. Watch The Elephant Man, I think I cried. Bob Uecker also has left this earth. Ball player and announcer brought us mirth. And that is your poem. And there's so much happened today. I just couldn't include it all. So.
No, that's fine. We'll talk. We'll talk about what happened today.
Where'd Andy go?
I'm going to get a mug.
Andy's getting a mug right now.
Chase some rats away.
When
Chasing rats with it. No, I have my my David Lynch Twin Peaks mug.
Okay.
Black as midnight on a moonless night. There we go.
Anybody got some Washington Redskins gear? Because when Sam joins us, I'm sure we're going to have some celebrating.
I got my Red Wings hat.
Pretty close to Commander's colors, sure.
Yeah, it was actually watching the game looked like the old Rock'em Sock'em Robots. You know, we have the blue and you have the red. You know.
Yeah, well, that game reminded me of the Buffalo, but that's neither here nor there. Let's get Jason out here to say hi before.
I'm prepared. I'm ready.
From New York, here's Sam Greenfield.
Now, Mark, you're ringing.
He's got an echo.
It's cold outside. I can't have the inauguration outside. It's 33 degrees. What a punk.
Hey, Sam.
It was 7 degrees when Reagan was inaugurated. It was 20 when Kennedy was inaugurated. What a punk.
Yeah.
Thank God he delineated men from women.
Audio,
now he knows who to rape.
Well, when Jason joins the show and his special guest, give him my best.
Mark, can you turn me up?
All right, let me. Oh, hold on, just let me add Jason. You need to be turned up.
My volume is nil. I'm talking to my friends at Zoom.
I'm getting an echo from you. Mark?
No. Am I the one who's echoing?
I don't know. Me? Is it me?
I don't know.
I heard an echo from you, Mark. I don't know. Is it?
Smart here. It's half off. It's just a great job by Tesla, slowing down, letting the defense get ahead.
What's happening?
We're being lost in a tangle of the cyber web.
Jason, are you hearing an echo?
I can hear you, Andy. It's like I'm talking to you through an old Outer Limits episode.
Thank you, Walter. I got it.
Got it. Okay. Maybe it's me. I'll re-enter. Let me re-enter.
You're not the first man to ask me that question.
No, the echo's gone. The echo's gone.
That's because Sam left.
Oh no!
What? I'll bring Sam back in. Watch what happens.
Okay.
Go ahead. Say something, Jason.
Squirrel in the trunk means something very different in the gay community. I just thought.
Do you hear an echo? Now, Andy, do you hear an echo in that?
No, not with him.
Neither do I. Andy, you say something.
Hi.
All right.
Hi.
Do you hear an echo? Do we hear an echo with that? I don't hear an echo. Does anybody hear me echo?
No.
All right.
No echo.
Now we're gonna bring Sam in.
Okay.
All right. Now Sam's in the game.
I'm being kidnapped by Saracen pirates.
There we go. Okay. No, it's gone. It's all gone.
All right.
Okay.
There we go. All right. Good.
I did.
You were kidnapped?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
we can hear you.
I look like I'm trapped between two large speakers.
I don't know.
That is what it looks like. Either that or bedpans. Can't really tell.
I don't want to brag.
I was watching the inauguration. I think Bartlett will make a great president. So.
Who will make a great president?
I was watching the inauguration on TV, and I think Bartlett will make a great president.
Who?
Jeb Bartlett, a great president.
From the West Wing?
I've been watching the West Wing, okay? So,
okay. All right, I get it.
Drinking heavily and watching the West Wing. It could be him. It could be Bartlett.
This is what I noticed. When Trump was making his speech, when Jeb Bartlett doing the sign language was doing this. I don't know if you noticed that.
Your hand's not in camera view, so you got to get it closer. To the
camera. It is for
for
me, baby.
Yeah. Okay. All right, there we go.
Sam.
Yes.
What did you do with those hands of yours? Oh my land of Goshen! It's like a trip to the moon on gossamer wings.
Well, when I say get a grip.
What he means is get a grip. Yeah.
Oh my.
Hi, I'm Donald Trump. You don't mind if I trash the last administration in front of him, do you?
Yeah, there we go. Why sign all these executive? Really, getting out of the Paris Accords, we save $1 trillion. I can't believe that. So.
Oh my God. I was so looking forward to your guys' bitter hatred today. I'm enjoying every minute of it.
I just think that Jeff Bezos could have cut a check and taken care of all the problems that we have in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would he want? Why would he want to? Why would he want to do that though?
Because I need an agent.
Yeah.
Oh, you meant the fire. I'm sorry.
It's Bezos. It was Bezos.
Well,
Bezos destroyed our bookstores. That's what
you do remember Marjorie Taylor Greene, who was alleging at the Hawaiian fires that it was the Jewish space laser.
Jewish space lasers.
And who doesn't love? Let's face it. If they invent that, I want the Jewish space laser so bad.
It's
well,
all right. No, wait
Barbara has a nickname for that. She calls herself Space Laserstein.
Can we just step through that? What is it about? Well, why does she think that there were lasers causing fires? Let's forget about the space and the Jewish.
And why does it have to be the Israeli Jewish space laser? I mean,
again, don't jump ahead of me. Don't jump ahead of me here. Don't jump ahead of me here.
Okay,
Can lasers?
Okay.
Can lasers? Can lasers? Oh, they were California fires, not Hawaiian.
Oh, yeah.
I think the bigger question is, where did she get it from? I know you're asking that tangentially. Where did she read that?
Find the information?
Where did she read that?
It's got to be an Onion article, you know. And,
yeah.
No. See, that's what you would think.
No,
but if you think that, then you think. No. She's fresh out of irony. There's no way it's that.
Wow.
That would be an ironic
I will say
statement.
this as someone who's
at some point, I think we got to just lean into this stuff. I mean, when she says caused by Jewish space lasers, we go, we told the Jews to keep those lasers out of sight.
You know who would do? You know who would do that? Somebody sitting next to her at a bar who is desperate to get laid.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's really desperate.
She must have been the only one in there that was a male or female. I don't know.
Oh, come on, Sam. You've never looked at a prejudiced woman through a pair of beer goggles and thought, yeah, that's one.
Oh, are you kidding?
Are
you kidding? At 3:00 in the morning, Frankenstein could walk in. Hi, smooth talker. Oh, absolutely.
It's only in the morning that really matters. That's what you gotta learn how to gnaw your own arm off to get out of there. That's what you have to do. So.
Yeah, I'll tell you how bad it is. If you're sitting next to her, it's 10:30 at night, and you go, "Oh, look at the time."
Yeah.
Hey, listen, we got time to do a couple more lines, and then I have to go. You got to remember the 80s when the etiquette on how much cocaine you have to share with a pretty woman versus a fat woman, whether she's providing the coke or whether you're providing. I'm sorry. I know I've lost half the audience right now.
I think the key to that is who's providing
a 2-bagger
it.
night. That's where we were a bag over your head and over her head in case her bag breaks. You know, I tell you.
Hey, thank you, Rodney.
The key to it is who's providing it.
Absolutely.
That's how long you stay.
Yeah. You see, the fact that you even know that, Sam, is both charming and disturbing all at the same time. I like it.
I try to be universal to all my friends.
I'm gonna lean into this Trump shit. Every time something goes crazy, I'm gonna say, "Oh, that was just such a genius move." Now you just need to blame. You just need to blame Biden. You just need to blame Biden. So please complete the trifecta and blame Biden.
When did it become wrong to use ruthless scorn and ridicule for all of our political leaders? I mean, some could say, with Obama, everyone decided to tone it down or whatever, but they're all fair game to some degree.
But let me say this about that. When Nixon was president,
yes,
I never heard a nanosecond of criticism of the previous supporters. Never. Nor Reagan, nor Bush, never. It's only Trump. So if you're going to lean into it, you have to accept the fact he's the only one who is that petty, and that it's never my fault because there's something wrong with him. And you have to accept that about him, that he's
I don't think there's
mentally
anything.
damaged.
I don't think there's anything wrong with him. Our country isn't egotistical enough. We need to be more self-centered. We need to blow this motherfucker up immediately.
Yes. I want to see. I want to see.
If we can get the Chinese and the Russians to bomb us at the same time, and we're able to blame Clinton, Obama, Kerry, Biden, Pelosi, if we can blame all those for us going through nuclear fucking winter, I say lean into it. God damn it!
I could be wrong. I just want to ask this question: is Mark armed?
No, I think he's either had too much of something or not enough. I'm not sure which.
I want to be the reporter on the armada that's headed to invade Greenland. That's what I want to be.
Can you imagine?
I want to be the one when they prove that people are sucking Donald Trump's dick. I want to be the one that tells their grandchildren that they were sucking Donald Trump's dick. That's the joy I want. I don't want to be.
I want to be the reporter who's told he has to go to Greenland and go, I what?
You do remember the joke again from the 80s about the reporter who says, "Oh, Mr. Trump, you've meant so much to me, and it just, if there's anything, could I just blow you right here in the elevator right now?" And Trump responds with, "Okay, sure, but what do I get out of it?"
Yeah.
What's in it for me?
What's in it for me?
What's in it for me? Remember that and the particularly race, and since this is Martin Luther King Day, the somewhat racist joke about Reggie Jackson, the white lady, and the two dogs in the elevator, where you know, apparently they felt intimidated by Reggie Jackson and his large animals, and he looks and says sit, and the dog sit, and the white girl sits as well, and oh God. Sorry,
I didn't think that was a joke. I thought that was a story. I thought that was an
story. Wait, I thought that was a story.
Yeah,
I thought that actually happened.
No, well, I heard. I thought it was a marginally racist joke.
Not only a story.
I'm just waiting for the INS to declare Democrats undesirables and send us overseas. You know.
No, but not only a story.
If we get to pick the country, I'm all for it.
But not only a story, but a parable.
Yeah.
Right. I want to be on the bridge if we go across in a tank into Canada. I really want to go to those strip joints over there.
Yeah.
You know?
I want to be on the bridge of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
There we go.
I'm banishing you all to Yellowknife, and you're.
You know, our latest bridge, the Gordie Howe Bridge, was approved during Trump's last presidency. And so his administration got that moving forward. Couple reasons for it. One is Canada's paying for the whole thing, even our side. And two, it avoids the city area and goes to the outside of the city zone in both sides of the country. So it's basically making sure that nobody in the cities of Windsor or Detroit get any economic benefit from it.
Hey, was that
by the way?
Go ahead, Sam.
By the way, as a supporter of the Commanders, but a secondary supporter of the Lions, I have never seen a group of reporters kick a team when they're down, like Detroit was been kicked. They have these reporters have no sense of memory that this team was horrible and that Dan Campbell brought them where they are now. And they're acting like, well, he really sucked. Are you insane? 15-2. Yeah, they didn't win. Fine. 15-2. Blow me. Okay. He did a great job. And all this. And by the way, and he owned it. He said, it's my fault. And they that's like, yeah, but what about this? Oh, kiss my ass. You know, go get your freebie at the lunch table and shut up.
God, you make me so hot, Sam. Damn, I'm in public too.
Sam. Yeah, it was.
And by the way, I'm tired of the Chiefs getting every possible referee decision.
Yeah,
that guy barely brushed him. Oh, it's roughing the passer.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
I didn't see blood. It was 3 feet from your heart, you pussy. Wake up.
When I think of how many times Matthew Stafford just got absolutely creamed, And then I see
Pancakes.
what,
Pancakes.
I know. And then you see what Mahomes gets away with. Holy crap!
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I think it should be Mahomo. That's what I think.
Now, I don't know if you heard this story or not because you're not local, but Dan Campbell had told the referees anytime there's a quarterback that pulls this Patrick Mahomes, Jordan Love, there's a couple of other guys that do it too, where they know they can't be hit, so they try to stay in bounds for a couple more yards. Dan told the rest of the game, he says, "All right, I'm telling you right now, if you this is what we're telling our players. We're telling our players, lay off of them if they're going out of bounds. If they try to step one more step in bounds, nail them and hit them hard.
Take their head off."
He told the refs they were going to do that, and so the refs went over and told. This is what we don't know this for a fact, but it appeared that the refs went over and told the other team that this is what the Lions are going to do, and they'll willingly take the penalty for you.
By the way, there was a referee a few years ago who was fired because he went around and told certain quarterbacks, "You're going to be. What am I trying to say? You're going to be tested for drugs on this particular play." Okay, the other team's going to ask you, that you pee in a bottle, and they got fired over that. Yeah,
so
in
when
other
I
words,
get asked to pee in the bottle, I usually see that as like an added benefit, but that's just that's what I know.
Wasn't that a Jim Croce song? Oh, that was Time in a Bottle.
Time in a Bottle.
I think that was the German version, the pee in the bottle. Never mind, though.
That was Sting. That was Sting. You're in a bottle.
Oh my God!
You know what I found out today? The guy who invented Cyclone B.
Yeah, German.
His wife committed suicide over it.
Oh wow!
Wow.
Yeah.
She said it wasn't enough.
Yeah,
No, she did. She committed suicide over it. That he invented that.
Farber was the Jewish chemist who helped the Imperial German government in World War I create chlorine gas, and he did that in order to help them win the war. And then later, his company was used to help manufacture and maintain Zyklon B. So it's weird how all that kind of worked out, and it's
I'm waiting for someone on a quiz show to be asked that question, and the woman goes, "Is it Dacron?"
Well, you see, they think Zyklon B is some sort of a superhero or a Marvel character. The sense of history or non-history that exists in people these days is profound, to say the least. If it didn't happen 18 minutes ago, then it just didn't happen, and they'll Google it.
I was in Wilmington, Delaware with my aunt years ago. She was doing a photo shoot for a magazine. And if you know anything about Delaware, it's all DuPont. It's the DuPont Country Club. It's the DuPont High School. It's all, which is fine. It's all DuPont. And if you go there, it's also I think it's the state where it's most advantageous to get a tax break.
Oh, yeah. Great place to organize your corporation.
Yeah, to incorporate. It's the best state to incorporate.
Yeah.
So we go there, and there are like signs on billboards saying, "Do you need to incorporate?"
Yeah.
Call here. It's kind of like in America. This is now the greatest country in which to place a bet.
Yep. I mean,
but I love the. Go ahead, please.
I'm going to say, for the most part, you'll see principal place of operation, New York City, incorporated in Delaware. They taught me that back in law school because of the rather favorable incorporation laws. Also, and one of the reasons why I dislike Senator Joe Biden, and I don't want to, I'm not going to kick a corpse at this point, but he also changed the bankruptcy laws that essentially made it much, much more difficult to get out of credit card debt. And now we have really terrible predatory credit card issues with a lot of people. And again, they bought, just like Boeing owned Senator, not Senator Packwood, but for years, Biden was senator for MasterCard. And
Yeah, because
I know.
Delaware was the place where every card
Yes, is
had their
incorporated.
headquarters. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
And
that's like Carl Curtis, who was listed, by the way, you may not know this, as one of the dumbest senators ever. He was no, he was. He was from Nebraska.
More
He
than
was known as
Dan
the Senate.
Quayle?
He was known as the senator from Mutual of Omaha.
Yeah.
People forget Omaha's in Nebraska, and he was their boy.
But even Nixon, I mean, at one point he was in a tussle with Scoop Jackson over something. At a certain point, there were some environmental issues that were being hashed out and some preservation of federal territory. And even Nixon was quoted as saying, no, go ahead, we've got to protect this land. And they said, but what about the senator? He goes, sometimes you just got to forget about politics and do the right thing. You know, God forbid anyone say anything like that nowadays.
That's what Trump means by "Make America Great Again," doing the right thing.
Well, you're not listening to him.
I'm leaning into it.
No, that's not what he means. He means "Make America Graded Again," as in the road.
Yeah.
Just someone get Marcus hit. We need to get him the little the little doggy downers or puppy uppers. I'm not sure what it is, but
by the way, you do know that Ramaswamy is running for governor of Ohio.
I thought they were going to appoint him
against the Republican.
Yes,
he's going to primary DeWine.
Yes,
unless DeWine is stepping aside, or DeWine appoints himself governor.
DeWine's not stepping aside. DeWine's going to beat him.
Well, if
DeWine is DeWine going to make him the senator? Who's going to be the senator now that J.D. Vance?
That would be my question. Is
I can't remember who it is, but I think he auditioned for the lead in Gunga Din. I just can't imagine Ohio electing that guy. And yes, it's totally based on race.
Well, yeah. You know, well, what can I say? I'm from Michigan, so saying anything nice about Ohio it completely goes against my DNA. Because
in an effort to lean into it, yes, it is based on race.
Yeah, the folks from
Ohio. So my hope the answer is that all their grandchildren marry immigrants that are of color.
How great would that be?
That would be great. In fact, I want to seduce them. I want to get our best looking Black, Latina, Asian, American Indian.
Hold on, guys.
Mexicans. I want the South Indians. I want the Aboriginals from Australia.
Sorry,
I want all of them to seduce the grandchildren of all the MAGA fucks.
This is what I want. I want at the beginning, when they sit down to have dinner. Oh, excuse me, I would like to talk to you longer, but Chappelle is on.
David Chappelle, thank you very much. Okay.
Oh, listen, look what I did for you. I brought you navy bean soup from Yankee High. Oh, yes, thank you. So it's 7-7.
Who's ahead?
I said it's 7-7.
Yeah, who's got the lead?
Well, that's like the old joke about this girl is an hour and a half late to meet her boyfriend at a game, and it's a perfect game being pitched, and she goes, "What's the score?" He goes, "Nothing." So we haven't missed anything. By the way, my favorite Bob Uecker joke, rest in peace, is when he's told, what I can't remember it now. Oh yeah, listen, Uecker, grab a bat and break up this rally.
Yes, his Hall of Fame speech.
Did you see how much they were laughing at that speech? Oh my God,
that was the best Hall of Fame speech ever. That speech should go in the Hall of Fame for speeches.
And the best thing about it was, and it was a testimony to his brilliance, that he was a deadpan.
Yes.
Never cracked a smile, nothing.
Nope. He was perfect. Oh God. I'm glad.
Hey guys.
Good old
Corum has joined the chat.
Hey. All right. You gonna get him on
Who
camera?
has?
Corum Sheep. Do you know Corum?
Oh, Corum's coming in. Oh, cool.
I don't, unfortunately.
Corum's been on the show before, I think. Maybe before Sam joined us.
Yeah, he
But
came in a
Quorum's-
couple times.
Quorum will host for me from time to time on Sunday night when I'm not available.
I remember Ned. I remember Ms. Green, but other than that, I got nothing.
No, there's Quorum.
And
right
I say Ms. Green with respect.
welcome to the show, Quorum.
Thank you.
Where are you coming in from?
Hi.
From New York, New York.
Oh, that's where Sam's at right now.
Oh,
From
wow.
where?
He just flew in from New York into Detroit Metro.
Is he in my hospital room?
No, he just flew in from New York.
Oh, I see. I'm
into
sorry.
Detroit Metro. Yes, Jason is picking him up at Metro Airport.
Oh, that's cool.
But he flew in from New York. Yes, Sam joins us every Monday night from the Lower East Side of Manhattan, and so that's our New York connection for the off night. So how you been there, Quorum?
Actually, good. Just did a run last week. The Clowns Rooms up in
Durand, Dundee and Durand. Yeah. Yeah. Those are good rooms, actually.
Yeah. I featured with Steve Smargon as the headliner.
Good.
Oh, Steve Smartgun's funny.
Yeah. And then decided, the weather is just too cold in Michigan. I'm going to go New York, where it's a couple of degrees warmer.
We had a lot of snow here, though.
We had about 4 inches this week.
I've only had 4 inches, but never mind that.
Mm.
We don't talk about your four. We don't talk about your 4 inches.
No.
4 inches. Let me grow nostalgic.
Well, as long as we're talking about
Snow.
Donald Trump? All right.
as long as we're talking about death, Anita Wise passed away this last week.
Yeah, what a tragedy.
Which was a shock to many people. Apparently, she
Oh
had
my
cancer.
God, what a true tragedy
And
so many levels. Comedic, as a human being.
Yeah. When I it did. I don't think Susan knew her. She probably would have put her in the poem if she knew her. But I knew her out in L.A. I know she started in New York. She's from New Jersey.
Actually, she started in the Philadelphia area.
That's right. But she's from New Jersey. So she started in Philadelphia. And but I met her out in L.A. We used to work at the Improv all the time, and Igby's and the Comedy Magic Club, and just kind of lost touch with her. Everybody connects on Facebook, but you really don't connect unless something happens, like unless Anita dies or something like that. Everybody connects.
Her beau passed away. T.J. Wells.
T.J. Welsh. He was a musician. He passed away.
And when he died,
Boggan,
she kind of dropped out for a while.
Yep. Well,
It was devastating to her.
I saw her 8 years ago. My son and I had gone to New York for William Stevenson's 60th birthday party.
Uh-huh.
And we're at the Cafe Wa downstairs, and she comes up and she taps me on the shoulder. Didn't know it was her. I turn around and she goes, "You're Mark Sweetman." I go, "Yes, I am." She goes, "I'm Anita Wise." And of course, she had to ask me if it was me because we looked 40 years different, and she looked just the same though. I mean, she was just still so
never
gorgeous.
changed.
Yeah, and she was, and my son was there, and I introduced him, and then she started to tell my son about how great I was as a comic. And my son had never seen me, really. He didn't really care. Until then, he didn't care that much. But it was just such a great compliment to me, anyway, to be remembered. Monica Piper, Larry Miller, Anita Wise. I'm trying to think of Sam Greenfield, the people that you may have worked with once or twice 40 years ago, but thought so much of you. They're quoting back bits to you. You know what I mean? That I had even forgotten about. It's so great to be part of a community where that's sort of like the linchpin. It's sort of like, hey, don't know your family that well, but God, were you funny?
It's funny. Tom Sobel's brother, Chip.
Yes.
whenever he texts me, I had to block him. Because whenever he texts me, listen, I don't care if someone's a Republican. Obviously, I know Jason. It doesn't bother me. But all he does is take the time to shit on Biden. Every text, every single text is Biden sucks. He's old. I said, listen, he's out of office. It's over. Okay. Find something else to do. Oh, he can barely get down the steps. And so I wrote back, I said, did you see Trump on the ramp?
Yeah.
I said, I've had dates that lasted less time. Just let it go. And he won't let it go. So I said, listen, I like you. You're a nice guy. But if you keep doing this, I'm going to block you. So I blocked him. It's enough. I don't care that he's a conservative, but get something right. Jesus.
So it looks like Joey Novick was the only one that knew about Anita's cancer.
I saw that. Yeah, he's the one who got it to me.
Probably her request, and I'm guessing it's because it was those two that helped Mike Duggan during his last few years. Do you remember Mike Duggan or Dugan?
I do. I do.
And they were, because he had moved back to New Jersey, and Joey and Anita were New Jersey folks, and those two cared for him, so it made sense to me. When I saw that Joey Novick had posted, I go, wow, this is for real now. Joey wouldn't have goofed us like that.
He would never put that out if it wasn't true.
Right.
By the way, go ahead. I'm sorry. Please go ahead.
Just want to say rest in peace, Anita. I thought you were a fantastic comic and person through and through.
She is one of the few people, David Tell was another, who I always wanted to know. I wanted to stand there and watch them write material. How did they come up with what they came up with? Because it was always funny. Brian Kiley's in that fold. It was always funny. It always had, it was always succinct. Always.
Yes.
And I love that. I just thought that was great.
Yeah.
Everything was, on the money. I love that line. Did we talk about this? That line of David Tell's, how did the Amish make love? Oh, ye. Do me, Abraham. Oh, God. Oh, ye. But I always wanted to watch just how do they come up with it? There's just some people who always seem to get that right, and they're one of them. So I always thought that was very impressive. And she was so nice. She was so nice. Oh my God. Here's how you know. All the people who, wrote stuff about her. Did you see if you wrote something negative about her, I would not only drop you as a friend, I would spread vile rumors about you.
He was a sweetheart, that's for sure.
Oh, God, what a treasure of a human being.
It's just a shame that somebody had helped so many people with cancer in their final years. Her husband and then Mike. And
is that how she died?
And perhaps others that we never even heard about. You know what I mean? Thank God Joey was around for it. Now I'm worried about Joey. I mean, it's kind of like.
I think you should be worried about me.
Yeah. Oh, okay. After you, Sam. Of course. After you.
I mean, the only problem with Joey is he's obese. Okay, worry about me. Did I say that with a sense of bitterness? I'm sorry.
No, I don't think. Obesity can kill you. That's for sure. So.
Let me tell you what's funny. My doctor said to me. He actually sat down with me the other day, and he goes, "I said, I want you to remember something. You have cancer. You've had a heart attack. You've had pneumonia. You cracked 5 ribs. You have you had a blood clot in your left leg. You had 5 fractured bones in your spine." He said, "You're going to piss everyone off by living till you're 98." I said,
and he'll be pissing everyone off Monday night at 8:00 right here. Oh, we lost him. Did he do that? I didn't do that.
I didn't do that. Did you do that? No, I don't know. What happened?
I'll put him back on. Jason's still here.
I'm still here.
Oh, okay. You're in the dark. Oh, I see. You're just hiding out in the dark.
He's the dark hombre.
Got it.
I'll put Sam back on as soon as he plays. So sometimes I think Sam doesn't really know when he undoes himself. So he could be talking right now. He could be talking right now.
You're talking about the way, yeah.
You know, asking us to respond, and they go, "Oh no, well I'll just keep going on." Yeah, so. Oh, here he comes.
Yeah,
he's coming back. Okay, cool.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah.
Do you remember a few years ago, maybe 5, there was an Allstate commercial with the African American kid, right?
Right.
And a white guy.
Yes.
Doing the same thing.
Yes.
I think about that white guy constantly because I'm sure he's saying to himself, "Oh, I see. He got the goddamn commercial. I get nothing."
Yeah, you know, but you know that happens. You can't. What
Dwell
got the
on it.
black kid? First of all, it was State Farm, not Allstate. But
Sorry.
what got him the commercial wasn't even him. It was the actress that had the line, "Oh, what are you wearing, Jake?" Remember that?
Yeah. Right. Red shirt, khaki pants.
And then
Yep.
he's just, yeah, he goes, red shirt, khaki pants. And that was what got him. It was that commercial that got him the other commercials, which led him to be the spokesperson. It's the same with, if we go back and look at Flo from Progressive Insurance.
I was just thinking that.
You will see that there was one probably about 15 years ago where she was a breakout in those commercials. Because all of those actors were in those commercials all along, but it was Flo that had that breakout commercial.
And now all of them have a piece.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Especially the goofy one.
The right guy.
And I love him when he goes, "It's not for me," and he runs off, and his father goes, "You can't do that. That's not the exit."
Oh, I like the one where they all go, "I thought you were the boss."
Oh, that's. But I'm so not boss material. Ha 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 ha.
They must have a ball with those.
Well, I know. I actually know how much they all make.
I'm sure they make
Flo,
them.
Well, Flo makes the most because she writes some of them.
Right. Well, she's a comic.
Yeah, she's a what do you call it, from New York? Not from New York, from LA. What's that improv group? Huh?
Groundling.
Oh, she's a groundling.
Yeah, she's from a groundling. But
wow.
The rest of them make $500,000 a year.
Oh wow.
And what she make? 3 million, something like that.
4.
4 million.
Okay.
Well, she writes.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
I saw her. I saw her hosting a show at Flappers in Burbank a couple years ago.
How was she?
She was great. She was great.
Well, I'll tell you what's funny. They interviewed the guy who plays, I can't remember his name in the commercial, but the goofy guy.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
And they asked him, this is such a dumb question to ask an actor. How do you feel about you making what you make and Flo makes what she makes? And his answer was perfect. He said, "Did you know who I was 2 years ago?"
Yeah, exactly.
Did you have a clue as to who I was 2 years ago? Oh, no? Yeah. What a perfect.
Every one of them, their response should be, "No Flo, no me."
That's right. No Flo, no go.
There you go.
Right. Well, it's the same thing with Jake from State Farm. Jake, did you see now? And all those athletes that he's with, he makes more than Aiden Hutchinson and Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. He makes more than they do. He's the hook on that whole commercial thing.
Fumblerooski,
which the Lions ran this year against the Bears. Did you see that one?
Yes.
They ran the fumble. It was so great. The one they shouldn't have run was when they wanted Jamison Williams to pass. That was a big mistake. And they gave that interception to Goff, Jared Goff. I didn't think that was right.
For which one?
The one where he gave it to Amon-Ra St. Brown coming across the back of the
throw it. Yeah,
he pitched it to Jamison Williams going the opposite way, and then Jamison Williams tried to throw it to I think one of the tight ends. I can't remember which one that was the target.
Yeah.
And it got intercepted.
Well, I dropped out when they had 12 men on the field.
That play won the game for Washington.
It did.
No,
because when I first saw the flag, the first thing I thought was, "Oh, God damn it, legal procedure, son of a bitch." First thing I thought, too many men on the field. Oh, thank you, God. Oh man, that was.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
and by the way, let me say this about Matthew Stafford. Everybody's talking about, oh, he's really upset and depressed. I will never feel sorry for a starting quarterback in the NFL ever. Because I know what you guys make and you deserve it, but I will never, ever feel sorry for you. You're making a king's ransom and he's won a Super Bowl. So shut up.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
and your wife is pretty.
Yeah. They went 12. Yeah, here's the thing about that too. Speaking of that, his wife is doing these commercials, and her claim to fame is being the wife of Matthew Stafford. Meanwhile, Jared Goff's wife, before they even got married, was a Sports Illustrated swimsuit model.
Amen.
But the difference is one's in L.A. and one's in Detroit. So,
By the way, Eric Trump's wife, Lara Trump.
Yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but if she doesn't look like the stunt double for Cruella de Vil, she's not a good-looking woman.
No, yeah. I thought Donald Jr.'s fiance looked more like Cruella de Vil than Laura does.
His fiance or the one he's doing now?
His former fiance, the one that they gave the Greece ambassador.
Kimberly.
Gargoyle. Kimberly Gargoyle.
Gargoyle. That's perfect. No, Kimberly. Yeah. I told you I sat next to her at a thing they called the Fox 5, not the 5, but something else they had that was on stream.
Yeah.
And I could not get over how thick her makeup is. I mean, let me just say this one word to you, okay? Spackle.
I'll say Van Gogh painting. There you go.
Now, Andy, of the four of us here, Andy is the one who has seen my wife the most up close.
I think that's between you and Andy. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm just giving him, making him be a witness, but because I know this already. But Susan Skin, and she doesn't do makeup. I mean, she may do a little eyeliner. She never does rouge. She doesn't do lipsticks. She doesn't do this cake on the crap like you see. She's 63 years old.
Yeah.
And I think her skin still looks that way because she never did makeup. You know what I mean?
Can I tell you something? And I'm not saying this to just say this because you said that. When I met you guys at that Holiday Inn in New York, that was the first thing I noticed. That I know she had to be around your age, and I went, man, her skin is like alabaster. What the hell what's going on? I mean, her skin is so nice. I mean, I have to use so much makeup, and she's just. Oh, I'm sorry. What?
But she washes her face with ivory soap. Nothing fancy. The 5 bars for $2 soap. Well, that's what it used to be.
See, that's my problem. I wash with Lifebuoy.
Oh yeah,
there you go. That's it.
Yeah, Lifebuoy.
What was the name of that soap? Was there a soap called Lava?
Yes.
If you had to take paint off your hands.
Yeah, and boy did it do that. Yeah.
It had grit in it that would scrub the paint or whatever the emollient was that you had on your hands.
Well, the ad campaign wasn't good. Lava. It'll make you cry like a bitch.
No, I used to work at machine shops in Detroit.
And it's great for taking oil and stuff off your hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a product in the shops called Gojo, and it was basically not only was it grit and soap, it also had some antibacterial and anti-disinfectant type stuff in it that you had to wash off right away because you're trying to get crap off your hands that was worse than this stuff was. You wouldn't wash if you had nothing else on your. If you had nothing on your hands, it's regular dirt. You'd never use this soap. But if you got something on your hands that you didn't want there anymore,
But by the way, if you wash your face with a product called crap, that's really that may be a sign you've gone the wrong way.
He's just saying.
I'm just putting it out there for the public.
There you go.
14-7, Ohio State.
Oh,
they're going to win this.
Ahead.
Ohio State's going to win.
I want them to win
because
I want people to get off that coach's back.
Well, you know what's going to happen? They're going to win, and they're going to during the offseason, they're going to say, "Gotta get rid of Ryan Day because he's lost 4 times in the road at Michigan." That's the only thing that matters to them.
It's so pathetic. He's lost 3 games in 3 years, and they want to get rid of him. And by the way, somebody has to tell Stephen A. Smith, don't take this the wrong way, but you don't know what you're talking about.
Well, everybody says that, but they can't say it to his face.
But his problem is, it's not that he says it. He says it in such an interminably long-winded, just, over the top way. He doesn't, you're not making a speech before the Mount. Jesus, God, calm it down.
Right.
But, listen, if the bosses didn't like it, they would tell him to stop, and they don't tell him. Mm-hmm. And we're talking about him now.
That's festive. I like that.
So did you hear they traded off both their coaches, the defense and the offense?
Who traded?
Detroit?
Detroit. Yeah.
Aaron Glenn
no. Nobody got traded.
Yeah, they left.
No, they haven't moved a muscle yet. That's not true.
Their contracts will not be renewed if they take a job. No, they already announced today on the evening news that Ben Johnson is going to the Bears. They've already announced that.
Oh, that's such a shame. And I like him too.
And Aaron Glenn is trying to decide between an offer from the Jets and from the Saints. Are you taking off, Jason? Is that what that hand signal is?
No, we just had to check in with the gate here because as you know, quorum is aristocracy down here, so he has to stop and say hello to the parking lot attendant. And
I always race by her because she keeps saying how old Biden is.
And by the way, one of the things about those coaches is they're not going to teams that are successful. Of course they're going to the Jets or the Bears. Yeah, that's where they would go. You're not going to a team that's doing well.
Well, the thing is, we'll be facing the guy that was our main offensive guy in our conference, whatever it's called, our division.
Well, here's the good thing about Ben Johnson. He came up through the Lions ranks. He was here before Dan Campbell, which means if he came up through the ranks, they've sort of been promoting this internal offensive system from within. Yeah. So there should be somebody pretty easily be able to fill in for him.
Well, I'm happy for the guy who's coaching the Buccaneers.
Yeah, why is that?
Really? He used to coach the Jets, and he's successful down there, and he's a really good guy. So I'm sorry that I'm glad that the Commanders beat him, but he's doing very well down there.
Well, we're out of time, so we can talk more about this next week. So
we are out of time.
We are.
All right, all right. Listen, I'd like to talk longer, but they're asking for my stool sample, so if you'll forgive me.
All right.
Oh, ask them to come by earlier next week so we can get a good shot of this. Right. No, I'm just kidding.
I have one right here.
Sure they have you.
No. That's fine. That's fine. Just keep it.
I don't want to brag, but it's wallet size.
Is it really?
Make sure you have time to take pee in a bottle. Make it the first time they ever give you.
Sam, he doesn't take crap off anybody.
There we go.
All right. We'll see everybody next Monday night at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, 5 o'clock on the West Coast. Oh, I didn't give a final report. My kids are working.
Stay well, everybody. It's time to take my BP.
Good night, everyone. We'll see everyone. We'll see everyone next week at 8 o'clock Monday night. Good night.
Ciao for now.